Hello there, this is Dave Allen for Good and Geeky, and today we're going to make a shortcut where we're using the What3Words API. Well, we could go into this application here, What3Words, and use one of the 3-word addresses. So for instance, the Taj Mahal, a nice little restaurant in Playa d'Aro. I can have an address for that, which is not just the address in Carrer de Josep Maria Vila. We could have an address which is directly to the front door. So we could have that there, Stickler Starlet ending. And that would be a 3-word address which would guide someone directly to exactly that 3-meter square spot on the earth. A lot of places in the world don't have addresses, so this is what is useful. So for instance, if we were looking at a place and we wanted to meet up with somebody exactly in, let's see, a place here without an address. So this place here, there's no address for that, but we could send someone exactly there. Maybe we've buried some treasure there or something, and we just give them the 3 words, unseated, incorporates, hill, and that person would know exactly where to go to the X marks the spot on the map, and they could meet us there, or they could find the treasure there, or whatever. And that's how What3Words works. Google actually do something similar on their maps, and it's not quite as memorable as What3Words, and that's why I think this is a better solution. So what I want to do is I want to use shortcuts to create a shortcut which, instead of going to the app, gives us these What3Words for a current location. So the good thing about doing it as a shortcut is that we can have it read out to us, we can have it as on the clipboard, we can have it as a QR code, and we can also have it as a notification which pops up on the screen. So cover all bases, and then you can use whichever one that you want. You've got it on the clipboard so you can put it into a message. You've got it on the clipboard so you can send it out as an email or whatever else. So let's go into shortcuts, and I've actually started with this already. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to get yourself an API key. I've got the API key. You get this from the What3Words API account, which you're going to set up. Go to the developer part of it, and it's quite easy to grab the API key and use it. So the next thing to do is to set in there the current location, and from the current location we're going to grab the latitude and longitude. So in this video what we're going to do is we put in the text. The text there is the latitude, the next one is the longitude, so that's that one there. What we've got here is we've got a URL which I got from the developer pages of What3Words. So it gives you a URL which you send to the API, and you put in the latitude, the longitude, and you put in your key, and it sends you back some information. So this is the one that you need to use for this here. This is the get contents of URL. So I found it works best if you put in the headers code and you put in the key in there. So if the key's in there, I'm not actually sure if you need the key in the text here, but I've put it in there anyway, and it doesn't make a difference if it's in there. Now what I've done at the moment is I've put in a quick look. So we're going to do a quick run of this here, and it's going to go off to the API, and it brings back this information here. And this looks like gobbledygook, it looks like nothing, but this is JSON, and we can turn this into a dictionary. And within this here we've got the latitude, longitude, it's the nearest place, which is in Castel Playa d'Aro. It gives us the map coordinates, and basically it gives us the words that we can share, and in this particular case the words that we're looking for are shredded, workmanship, and girl. And if we put those 3 words into the What3Words application, then it will take us directly to that coordinate. Now the next thing to do is to put in a dictionary. So we want to get dictionary from input, so bring this and put it in there. So it's getting the dictionary from the contents of the URL, that's working fine. And then we were going to the dictionary again, get dictionary value, put that in there. So the value that we want is, and the key that we want is words. Okay, so let's do a quick look again, put a quick look in the bottom of here. And so show dictionary value in quick look. So let's give this a run. And as you can see, it's brought up shredded, workmanship, and girl. So the first thing I want to do with this here, this ready workmanship girl, is I want to give it a notification. So we're going to go for notifications first, shall we? So show notification, put that at the bottom, and we don't want it to say hello world, and we want it to show this dictionary value here. So let's just select that for the moment, and we're going to rename it words. Okay, so that's going to show a notification for words. Alright, that's what we're looking for, speak text. So let's put this in the bottom. And we also want that to speak the words. So now what we're going to have happen is we're going to have the words from the dictionary showing a notification, and it's also going to be spoken. So let's run that. So there is our JSON.
Shredded workmanship gull.
It's read those 3 words out, and it's also given me a notification at the top where it's actually sort of told me what those words are. Okay, so the next thing to do is to create the QR code. Now, to create the QR code, we want to get the map things again. Let's put a nothing in here so we don't get the actions being confused, or the next actions being confused by what's happened before. So I'm going to drag that and drop that in at the bottom. Now we want to put in a get value from the dictionary. So let's put dictionary, get dictionary value. So I'm going to drag this and drop this to the bottom here. And we want the value of map in select magic variable. Get dictionary from this one here, so that's what we want there. And let's do a quick look in here to make sure we've got what we want. Show dictionary value in quick look. So let's run this. It's going to show me the JSON first of all, because I've still got the quick look in there.
Workmanship gull.
It's given me a notification and it's read the words out to me, and it's also told me at the bottom here in the quick look what the value for map is in the dictionary, which is this URL, and that's what we're going to use in our QR code. So click on done. So let's create a QR code. So generate QR code, stick that at the bottom. So generate QR code from dictionary value. So dictionary value, let's rename this here. And the value is maps, so we're just going to call this map, and that's done. So now this is going to generate a QR code for us as well as those other things, and we're going to be able to show this QR code to people, and they're going to be able to go directly to whatever using their phone or whatever else. If you don't have the application What3Words on your system, what it'll do is go to your browser and it'll open up the URL and go straight into the map on the URL in the browser, and it'll give you an option to open up into What3Words or to download What3Words application. That's how it's going to work. Okay, so let's just test this to see if it generates a QR code.
Shredded workmanship gull.
And it's spoken the words, it's given me the notification, and it's created the QR code. Lovely. Now we need to have that QR code saved somewhere, and we can save this into our photos album. But wouldn't it be nice if we could actually sort of enhance this a little bit and make it so that we have those What3Words included within the image? And we can do that using shortcut actions. So the first thing we want to do is to save this QR code into a working folder so that we can use this image again. So let's do a photos thing. Save to photo album. Okay, and I don't want to go into recents. I've got an album here called working. So this album working is just a place where I put things. It's going to go in for a short time and then I'm going to delete it afterwards. Okay, so save QR code to working. So now what I want to do is I want to find photos. So let's just drag this and drop this to the bottom here. Okay, find all photos, add a filter. Album is working. So this is where we just put it, and we want to limit it. We just want the latest one, so it's at the moment 5, so we get the last one that's been saved in there. Okay, so that's good. Because of a limitation I have with something I'll use later in the shortcut, I need to resize this photo down to 500 pixels. So let's do a photo resize. Resize image, drag that into the bottom, and I'm going to resize it to 500 across. And then we need to save it back into the working folder again. So the save resized image to recents. So the next thing I want to do is I want to create an image from the What3Words which we created earlier. So I need to use something from Toolbox Pro. So we're going to create image from text. So drop this in at the bottom here. So create image from. text in here. The text is going to be the What3Words. So let's go to our magic variables. We'll grab this here, and the thing that we want is words. So that's the bit we want there, look. Now the way that I've set this up already, I found this works best if I have it at 10 pixel size. I want the colour to be FFFF. We're going to have a transparent background, so the background colour that's got in here doesn't make any difference. The padding size, we'll have a line limit. We're all on one line. We don't need to show it when it's being run. So that's created our text. Now we want to put that text onto something. So we're going to create a mat to put it onto. This is what's going to give us our background. Okay, so we want to do create a solid mat. Now the limit on this here is going to be 500 across. So change that to 500. This is going to work with our QR code, which we've just resized. And the size of this over here, I think it's going to be 100. And we can choose various colours here. Let's go for a nice blue. You can put a hex code in there if you want to. Overlay image. And select the magic variable. We want to go for this text image here. So the text image is going to be overlaid on top of the mat. We don't need to show the image editor, and we want it set so that it's going to be set center, and I think everything else is okay on there. So we've got our overlaid image there. Let's do a quick look on this here just to make sure everything's working as it should be. Quick look. Show overlaid image. Let's run this.
Shredded workmanship
It's given the
gal.
notification. It's read the words out to me, and it's created the solid mat. So I can click done, and there you go. That is our extra image that we've created there. We'll need to save this into the photos album. Save to photo album. Save the overlaid image to working folder again. Working. So that goes in there. So now what we want to do is we want to put those two images together. So we need to go and get those images. Get photos. Get latest photos. Get the latest two photos. Include screenshots. Okay, so now we want to combine the photos. Combine images. Combine the latest photos vertically. Perfect, just what we're looking for. So now we've got an image that is the What3Words on a blue background sitting above the QR code. Perfect, just what we're looking for. And we're going to save it to a photo album, and this time we don't want to go into recents, we want to go into one called QR codes. Save combined image to QR codes. Let's just test that to make sure that it works. Let's run that again.
Shredded workmanship gal.
And we'll go into photos now. We'll go into QR codes, and that's the image that was just created and saved into that album. Perfect. Okay, so there's one more thing we could do to this as well. We could save this image as a file and put it into a folder somewhere. So let's do that. So let's go for save file, put that at the bottom. And we want to go for this one here, clear that out of the way. Save, select magic variable, and we want to save the combined image. And it's going to go into iCloud Drive. We don't want to ask where to save it, we want to just put it into this place here. And we want to name the thing as well. So we're going to name it W3W dot. And then we're going to put the What3Words in there. So we're going to go for, let's go to our magic variables. We want to get our words. Okay, so words. So what this is going to do is going to save our combined image into the folder shortcuts, and it's going to give a PNG suffix, and it's going to give it the name of W3W.words. And if it's there already, we're going to overwrite it. Of course, we don't want duplicates. Let's give this a check and find out how this is, find out if this works. There it is. The file was saved as a PNG file in the folder. So let's move on. We've got to do some cleanup now. Let's put a comment in here. You should always put comments into your okay, cleanup time. And we're putting nothing in there as well, just to make sure that this is going to be separated from what's come previously in this shortcut. So to clean up, we need to find some photos. Find photos. And we want to look in the working folder. It's only a working folder, so we can delete whatever's in there. We're not working on anything else at the same time, so it's just going to get rid of whatever we've just done. So we don't need to filter any more than that. There's no limit on this, and that's it. Put this in here, and it's asking me now if I want to delete 26 photos, and we do. So let's delete all of those. Could not delete photos. I took too long in telling it to do it. I was talking too much, but it did work. It lied to me. So it deleted all those photos out of the work in there. If we go into our QR codes, we can see that we've got the QR codes that we've been working on. We want to change this into get current location. So actually we could do this now. So let's delete the text there, delete that, delete that, delete that. Let's get current location. This here for latitude, we're going to have to clear that out of the way. Delete it. Delete that. And we want to put the current location in there. So let's put current location in there. And we want, first of all, on the latitude. And there's going to be a comma in between. And we want the longitude. So put current location and longitude. Done. Okay, so now we're going to run this again. Instead of giving me the one that I was working on before, it'll give you my current location. Let's run this just to make sure it's all working. And as I said, it takes a long time for it to do the current location. We'll delete those 3 photos at the end there. That is something you can always have to do. You're going to have to delete the photos with a click at the end. You can't tell it to delete them without any intervention. So let's go into the files thing. So in files, that is my current location. Left-hander relieve pitches. Click on done. If we go into photos, we're going to go into this one here, and this is the latest one that was done. Left-hander relieve pitches. That's how you make a shortcut to give your current location, to read it to you, to save it as a file, to give a notification, to save it as a QR code. So the one thing I forgot to do when I was making this was to put it onto the clipboard. So what I've done is I've dropped in a text action here, and in the text action I've added the information. I've used the words magic variable and the map magic variable. The words is the one we used to get the 3 words, and the map is the one we got the URL. And then I've added some information after that, and then I've copied it into the clipboard. So now all I need to do after I've run this shortcut is go into sort of whichever application I like to use. I use draft. So if I do Command and V, it'll paste that in, and it's been pasted in from shortcuts, and then you can do whatever you want with it. By the way, draft is a really brilliant application, and you can use this to say send a message, for instance. This is Dave Allen for Good and Geeky, having fun with shortcuts. Bye bye now, talk to you again soon.